Okay, so this is recap number 2. The first one created a wave among YouTubers, and we have received tons of mail, and I have replied to all of them. Now I'm messing around making those video, and I do things I shouldn't, and all of a sudden I try to record, and my voice sounds like Minnie Mouse, like I, use some helium and something like that. So some of my friends had experienced that, and I made them laugh to the point that they begged me to stop talking. Anyway, so now that this is solved, I fixed it, and I won't mess around with that again. So let's get started. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that sent their energy. Whoa, it was needed and I loved it. And thank you so much for supporting me for what I'm doing right now, for for your comprehension that I'm not stealing Patrick's show. I'm saving it for all of us. Because once he deletes his YouTube, those video will be gone. I don't want that to happen. Okay, this is solved. I got to talk to you about my shirt. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oops. All right. So I got that shirt at the same store where I did work for one summer in um, in a TP doing Dreamcatcher. They still have some of mine there. So I haven't got to it yet. I need the permission and I need somebody to assist me in doing a video and showing you that stuff. So, but now I'm on the recap. I got 2 chilling coming up and I got, okay, more stuff I can't talk about. I got tons of stuff coming up. Okay, so when I wear that shirt, just know that I share my energy with Patrick. Okay, something else I want to talk to you about is this necklace. Okay, so I'm not a jewelry person. I don't wear jewelry, they bug me. I don't like them. I got this one in 2015. I was in need, and I was helped with an organization that's called Crossroad for Women here in New Brunswick, Moncton. And it happened that I was with them during a period of holiday from 2015 to 2016. I was, you know, a case file, if I may say. But anyway, they were helping me. And I got a Christmas box full of food and goodies, and there were presents. And with all the presents I got, those were from donation to the organization, for Christmas. I got this. And this is, I don't think it's real silver or gold or bronze or, I don't think any of that. I think it's just something you would find maybe in, you know, a store, a cheap store, Walmart maybe, or, dollar store even. I'm sure I could find something like that. But this is not what's important. What's important is what's written on it. And that's probably the reason why I kept it, because I don't have any jewelry, and I start wearing this when during the time I was working with Patrick on doing Ask Patrick. So here is what it says. Whoops. Okay, let's try to do this. Can you guys see them all? Hold on. So this one is love. This one is, do you see it good, guys? Courage. And this one is fate. Now, I'm not taking it off unless I go in the shower, but I'm wearing that all the time. I believe this is my pendulum. I won't try it because I don't feel the need for it, but I'm sure if I would put that over the chart of Patrick, it would move. But I'm not there. Focus, Caroline, focus. Okay. Yeah, Wayne isn't my show now. I digress. Okay. So, all the mail I've got from you guys is amazing. And I'm getting so much mail. I then get now 2 accounts. It's like, overwhelming. And I was messing around with my personal account. Thank God it was my personal account. And I accidentally deleted all my mail. The thing is that when you save a mail and you put it in a libellé, they call, if so that person replied to you from that same mail, but you think you already saved it, and they reply and you go, okay, delete, but it will delete in the other place. So I was trying to recover and I ended up losing everything. I'm like, I had replied to everybody, so that's a save. Okay, what did I save that is the most important that I need to recover? I did recover. I did fix my Minnie Mouse voice, and now I'm doing this. Next step is I want to talk. I lost all my mail, so I don't know who you are. I can't remember. But I was smart enough to save the video you sent me. And I remember you said you wanted to talk to me about that. So I'm going to do it here. I'm going to tell you how I feel about that video. And not only that, but I'm going to share it with all of you right now. So that person sent me that video. And it was just incredible. And well, you'll see. Let's play this. So I got here to mute audio bureau. Ready?
Я Геннадий Ткаченко-Папиж, актер театра и кино. Долгое время я мечтал побывать именно в Тбилиси, в Грузии. Когда я приехал сюда, я походил по местам необыкновенной красоты и хочу признаться в любви к Тбилиси. Ой, единственное, что печально, не хочется уезжать отсюда.
Камарджоба.
Камарджоба.
Ага.
Здравствуйте, здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте. Представьтесь, пожалуйста, откуда вы, как вас зовут и чем Вы хотите нас удивить?
Я Геннадий Ткаченко Папиж. У меня есть украинские корни, папа и мама из Украины. Приехал я к вам из Берлина.
Ага.
Вот, да.
Ну, что представите?
Ну, сегодня будет не совсем обычное действо. Это не номер, это полнейшая импровизация.
Ага.
Вот. Я хотел бы, чтобы мы все вместе попытались создать атмосферу космоса.
То есть тишины.
Да. Ну, давайте попробуем прочувствовать, о чем же нам хочет поведать матушка Земля. Спасибо большое.
Спасибо за космос!
So, what do I think about that? Now, what about you? What do you think about that? I mean, oof, that blew me away. Let's just be logical here. What should the judge? Look at their face. One female is crying, literally crying. The other one, she's shocked. She's like that. She's like that because she feels it in her heart. Then the other guy is like that. And the one with the beard that hide his emotion, you can see him swallow the emotion that's being created here because he refused to admit what he feels in his heart. This is how the connection works. This guy got it's a show in Georgia, but you read the thing in the bottom, okay? You got is from Berlin, and this is Gregoria. It's Got Talent. It's like Americans Got Talent, but over there. And this guy is really, really, really connected with Earth frequency. I mean, come on. What else can you uh, think of after all we've done with Patrick? This is not just some dude that's doing some words or some noise with his mouth, you know, whatever noise it is. It's a guy that speaks the language of Earth frequency, and when you think about it, this is how Earth frequency talk to us. Let's just think about summertime when you're outside and it's sunny and there's a nice little breeze and you hear all the wind playing with the leaves of the tree and everybody feels good, it's harmonious. When you're in the city, you hear all the noise from the car and everything from the city. When you are in the country, you hear all the noise from the nature. And this is how her frequency talk to us every day, 24/7. Now, she can get pissed off too. You know, when we have a storm and then when we get lightning and thunder and all this and that. Beside the fact that they can geoengineer that, okay? This is how Earth frequency is talking to us. And I'm going to put the link of this video in the description box. You can get to it and watch it as much as you want. And I hope that this video I'm recording right now is turned out just fine. So, yeah, this is an amazing video. I'm like, thank you for sharing this with me. And thank me for being smart enough to save it in my playlist. Watch later, okay? All right, now we're gonna move on. But because of I had other plans, but because of this video, I feel I need to start with Earth frequency now. Okay, so let me just open my file. Sorry, I was not ready for that. Okay, so let's go here, here, and then here. Okay, so now if I go there, okay, I got my Hertz frequency file. So what I've done, I've used all the question from Talking with the Planet, and the question I used the transcript from Lee. Oh, talking about that, also I have receiver link for all the transcript, and it's going to be in the description box. Also, if you want to talk to Lee, there will be the email that you can reach her, okay? So go check it out. So I have used all of her transcripts she did for only talking with the planet. And I end up with 11 pages talking with Earth frequency. In this document, you are going to see that in the answer from Earth frequency, we hear a lot, as I said before, as I said before, as I said before. So, this is why I believe that doing a recap like this all together, that's what we need to move forward. Because, okay, let's just make a picture on that, on their perception. Let's say we are a student and they are the teacher. Now, a student has a question. I get a question. Well, then the frequency goes, I got an answer. But dude right next to you is not listening to your question and is not listening to the answer. 2 minutes later, he goes, I got a question. And the frequency says, I already answered that. You should have listened, but I will answer again. How we talking with the planet? How many of us have asked the question? So we need to unite here and evolve all at the same time in order to for the next person that's, or even if Patrick come back, when we're gonna ask the question, those questions cannot be asked again. You need to learn from this now. And any question for anyone that's gonna pursue what Patrick was doing, um, well, you guys, you can't ask those questions. You need to learn from it, and maybe the answer is gonna trigger a question we've never asked before. So that's how it works, okay? So let's get into the recap now. Okay. So this, and also you can see how we have evolved into producing our document for talking with the planet. So, of course, we started like uh, on a hurry, and it was not all that professional at the beginning. And all I did here is copy and paste. And at this point, I have not checked my work before to do this. So, it's possible we're gonna find some mistakes. So, let's see. So remember that those questions were at the beginning, so that's why we have Earth. Here we have Earth frequency. So Pat is asking the question, then we get the answer. So at the beginning, uh, Wayne would ask the question to Pat, and Pat would turn around, hold the pendulum, ask the question again, and he would get the answer. Okay, so that's why it is like that. So Pat goes, we have a question from Mother Earth. Is there a forthcoming ice age? Earth says, many people on Earth talk about a forthcoming ice age. Ice age do happen in a cyclical fashion, and the Earth is heading towards the next one. This does not mean that it will happen soon, just that we are heading into one, but no fear. And here, that's something we hear a lot. No fear. Why? Because we need to learn in the love, in the now. And once you do that, having fear makes just no sense, because when you realize that fear is coming from the future or from the past, and that when you do live in the now, in the love, there is no fear. That's what we got to understand. There is no fear when we live in the love, in the now. Like If I want to give you the best example right now, living in the now. So right now, I'm doing my recap. I got all I need. I got my coffee. I'm sitting on the chair. I got a roof over my head. I'm a little cold, but I'm okay. You know, I live in the now. So if I start thinking about how am I going to pay my rent at the end of the month, I'm not living in the now. I'm living in the end of the month, and I'm thinking about how am I going to pay my rent. And if I'm thinking about how am I going to pay my rent, it's supposed that I don't have enough to pay my rent, so I live in lack, and that's how I think of, and that's the energy I send into the universe. So nope, I'm not thinking about that. I want to live in the now. I want to live in the now, in the love, and I don't want to fear no more. That's over. I want to live in the now. I'm not telling you to be stupid and quit your job and make yourself into a more difficult situation, okay, to live in the now. But to live in the now imply that whatever you do at all time, at any moment, is you start being able to show gratitude. Let's say you don't like your job and you start trying to live in the now, and you're at your job and it's a very repetitive job and you don't like it. You gotta stand up all day, let's say, and you don't like the people you work with, and you don't like your job and whatever. But you want to start living in the now, in the love. And how am I going to do that? Well, let's say, well, I have experience working into lobster plant. So I know the feeling. I didn't like my job. I didn't like the people I was working with. I didn't like nothing. But everybody was happy to see me coming to work because I was already, trying to live in the now, in the love. So there I am sorting through lobster parts. And, I'm trying to live in the now and in the love. So I'm trying to, what, what would I do? What could I do in this moment right now? How can I be in the love? Well, okay, let's just show gratitude to every single pieces that goes through my hand, and I'm gonna put them delicately where they're supposed to go, and I'm gonna tell them thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is how I did start, reprogramming my brain and exercising into living in the now. I didn't quit my job. And in fact, it's very possible that, in April, I might have to return and go back to work. We still live in this reality where we need money for survival. So let's just, do your best with what you have. And with what you have, start living in the now and in the love. And because you live in the now and in the love, then this is uh, in the now, in the love, this is the only place there is abundance. And when you have abundance, this is what you think about abundance, and you send that to the universe, and this is what the universe is sending back to you. All right, next question. Patrick, we have a question for Earth. During the atomic bomb explosion, were you impacted by this? Earth responded, these explosions were very determinal, detrimental to me. I have not even know fully recover. These explosions affected not only this reality, but intersecting dimension, timeline, and other reality. Finish. This is odd, people, because after they exploded those atomic bomb, there is those results. We break into other reality, into other dimension and timeline, and this is no good. But this is where Mandela effect is coming from, for sure. I feel it is. And it's just like Wayne. He had that dream where he had six cube. He picked one, and that cube broke down into 1,000 pieces, because it is a whole. And when you take one thing out, the whole thing doesn't work anymore. So this is where we are at. And the planet Earth frequency is telling us she hasn't recovered yet. So I don't know, it's still no good. But I believe that the more people are going to be talking in their art with Earth frequency and all the planet, and ask for guidance. And it's weird how the guidance work. It's like having a conversation with your own self, when you can ask a question and ponder yourself and not think of nothing, just waiting for an answer. And all of a sudden a thought comes to your mind and you're like, what? I wouldn't, if I would have think that, I would not have answered that. That's how it's working. It feels like a self conversation with your own self inside, you know? Then we have Wayne that asks, Earth, may we speak to you? That's probably another show. And then Earth says, yes. Wayne says, Earth, we have noticed the magnetic North Pole moving in this. It, it, this, and is it an indication of something much more serious? Earth frequency says, this change in the magnetic is happening as part of a cycle. It is not anything to worry about. Finish. Okay, magnetic. Then Wayne asked again, because he had to ask permission to talk with the planet every time he asked a question. And he would go from one planet to another and then come back to. So that's why he had to ask permission every time. Maybe. I don't know. So Wayne asked, the question has been asked that we have seen evidence of a time when there were giant tree along with the dinosaur. Were there tree that we now see as big as continent? No, no, no. That's not right. City. That is what I mean. This is what I meant. And Earth replied, there has been many civilization come and go. There has been many different type of biology, plant, life, and all of these can come in very, very large size. Trees especially can grow to what you would call giant size. The time of the dinosaur was a particularly large time in Earth history. Everything will change, then change back again. This is what happened. Finish. When says that was far out, Earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then Wayne asked again, Earth, we have a machine called CERN. What does it do to you? Earth says, CERN has always affected because it interrupt the timeline and distort dimension, and I am very concerned because there is a plan to build a larger version of CERN. This could be catastrophic for the inhabitant of Earth. Finish. Now, this I gotta tell you guys, when this came up on the show, uh, a day later or a few days later, I came across a video where they were talking about building a bigger CERN. So I'm like, we get information on our show, and all of a sudden, NASA and all those people that are breaking everything around. Uh, Building CERN and stuff like that, all of a sudden, well, they see what we do, so they have no choice but to put it out there and, declare, okay, here we have CERN. We want to build a bigger one because we want to do this and that and this and that, and yeah, not to mention we want to destroy the planet. So yeah, we've been noticed for sure, for sure. Then, Pat, this is a question for Earth. Is that okay? Yes. So, Pat asked, an increasing number of people on Earth believe that there is life in the center of Earth, i.e., I don't know what that is. That the Earth is hollow and that there is a totally separate civilization city. What can you tell us about this? Hurt reply, the earth is allow hollow. There is a smaller sun in my center. This facilitate life that used to be on the surface. This life also include what you would call alien, but they are not extraterrestrial because they come from Earth, only from inside. There has been war between the different species above and below the surface, and at time life on the surface has been wiped out. Then those from below ventured to the surface and started their own civilization. And this has happened many, many times. And could happen again if the inhabitant of the center of the earth feel that man is jeopardizing life itself. So, okay, this is odd. This is kind of telling us that the last time the earth was wiped out, the people that live inside, some of them came out and started recreate civilization. So somehow we are coming from them. Some people they call them the reptilian, but there is plenty apparently. So anyway, we're from them, and if they are reptilian, then we are reptilian. It's common sense. So uh, the thing I do not comprehend is why are we at war with these people that live inside the earth? So, if we are coming from them, and if we grow our civilization just like they do, I guess, why are we at war with these civilization inside the earth? That I want to know. Wayne says, is the earth a prison planet and are there spirit trapped here? The chart says yes. Then the earth has always been a prison planet in the sense that although those that incarnate here do so of their own free will, once they are here, they forget what was before and become prisoner to this reality, and many, many pass through this reality without ever deciding that this is fake. Then, Wayne, can we get a connection with her and another show? Thank you, Goddess. We appreciate that. The question has been asked of the Elohim. Do you remember when they arrived? Earth says, these being called the Elohim arrived many millennia ago and have performed many, many experiments about, upon the population of Earth. This is not very pleasant to me. I have grown very affectionate for human. Finish. Then when say, can we stay with Earth? Goddess, we'd like to ask you, are the Elohim behind the CERN, and is this being caused to control you? The intelligent life form behind CERN is not the Elohim. The life form that are using CERN are interdimensional, and they come through a very early stage in the experiment. There was also negative entity that arrived here. CERN caused me worry. So, CERN is not used by a human or even Elohim. It is used by interdimensional uh, entity, if I may say. So, CERN is a machine. Earth frequency is concerned. The only thought I want in my head right now is a sinkhole under CERN. A sinkhole under CERN. That would solve the problem. There it goes, CERN. Then Wayne wants to talk to her again. Then he says, thank you. The question is, are your chakra or magnetic field about to flip? Then Earth Frequency answered, that is underway and has been for some time. The magnetic pole, both north and south, are attracted to each other, and at some point in the future, they will meet at the equator. This will be very difficult. Okay. So then he asked again. Earth, men found the secret of a splitting light. My question to you is, has this impacted you with all of the H bomb and atomic bomb? The frequency replied, these explosions have done immense damage to me and I am not very pleased. We may not be in a so-called world war, but these explosions are still happening, thousands of them, deep underground. This is affecting my physical self and my electric self, my energy, my frequency. This is a very dire situation. Okay, so there is an explosion of bomb underground that's affecting our energy and our frequency. So that might be the stuff that we see. It might affect. If it's affecting your frequency, I'm guessing it's affecting the Schumann resonance, and this is where we see the stuff. But we also know that Earth frequency is about to evolve and ascend. If it can be done on time, if she doesn't have to reset, hopefully she won't. Hopefully we won't. We will all ascend with her. So yeah. So she's growing in size. We know that. So I hope that these issue will be solved. These underground issue will be solved as she's grow big. She's growing bigger, and I don't know. They say war, underground bombs, and okay, those are from who? Is it from human or is it from the civilization underground? Since we know they're both fighting, so I'm assuming it's both, but yeah, maybe we can create a question for the future about that. Then wants to speak with her. Earth says, I'm here for the duration, just ask the question. Then Wednesday, Earth, I'd like to know why all the sinkholes are in, and are there more coming? Earth says, the sinkhole that appear on a regular basis is due to extreme stress that is placed upon the planet, not just physically, but more importantly, energetically stress between timeline, stress between dimension. There is also an effect form object that are entering this solar system and will only increase with time. So, about that, we already know that we are moving through the galaxy and not with the galaxy, and we are heading for a place that the planet never been before. Apparently, we are moving forward to the center of the galaxy, and it's a new road. We've never been there before. No civilization have been there before because the planet never been there before. So how can any civilization be know the road? The civilization that's been on this planet anyway. Then, what does she know about the new Earth? And Earth frequency is saying the new Earth is on the way. It is a kind of transformation. There is not two separate planets, but one that is undergoing transformation, even a form of ascension. The new Earth will be bigger, stronger, and more energetic. Finish. Then when says Earth, Goddess Mother, which are you? The question has been asked, ma'am. It seems like for the last 5, 6 months that the moon is in front the sun at 8 a.m. position. I guess the question is the moon being affected by these changes as well? The moon that you see is artificial and is having difficulty maintaining its orbit. Every object in this solar system is being greatly affected by bodies coming into this region of space. The moon is getting closer to the earth at certain time, and it is possible that it may collide or drift away. Finish. Okay. Then, what is the lunar wave? The wave that has been spotted is a glitch in the imagery that is projecting the surface of the moon. It can and as malfunction. This wave is not energetic, it is an optical event due to the distance involved. Then Wayne asked, Earth, could you tell us? I want to know about the asteroid, the comet that hit you. As we understand, about 12,000 years ago. Is that the only time you've been hit? No. I have been hit many, many times, not only by giant objects like comet, but small meteorite, asteroid, and even energetic pulse. It is like being in a shooting gallery. I, along with my fellow planet and moons, are susceptible to outside forces. Then Wayne asked Earth, was Saturn your original sun? Earth says yes. Wayne asks, is that going to go back to that way, that away? It says no. Earth, when did you get captured by this sun? This happened eons ago. It happened on a regular basis. Stars die and lose their attraction. The planet then get attracted energetically to the strongest source. Finish. Then Wayne asks, Earth, is this like a mating ritual that us human would look at? Earth says no. That simplify it too much. It is simple attraction of energy. Finish. Wayne says, Mother Earth, have you met the creator? Earth says yes. Wayne says, I think we should just ask Earth. Tell us about your spirit. Earth says, thank you. I've been wanting to discuss this matter for a very long time. Before any being, entity, or object can exist in a physical sense, it has to be spiritual in creation and purpose. The physical aspect is almost a byproduct. But this is amazing. This is an amazing answer because this is what I'm trying to explain to people about Dreamcatcher. And also, I've been saying we should do a roundup and just let the planet talk. And the planet, they do want to talk. They don't want to just answer our question. They do want to talk. They have stuff they need to talk with us in order for us to comprehend how to communicate with them. And they have information we need to receive, and we just need to freaking shut up and listen to them. That's how I feel. And it's just same about when I talk about how I make my dream catcher now is I create the dream catcher in my head first, and after that all I have to do is physically put all the stuff together. But the creation is happening in my head. That's why I can make like a crazy dream catcher some quick. So, of course, I got a lot of practice in doing that. So, it's just like anything else, right? Then Patrick mentioned that Hurt may be a co creator. Wayne mentioned that maybe she is an actual creator. Maybe it is that we are all creator as we are all one with our creator and with each other. Just a thought from me. Then Wen says, a question from Tony. Earth, may we speak with you? Yes. Earth, there is a concern about the negative effect of 5G, this net they're putting over us. Is there's anything you can do to help us? The science that is known as 5G is not what they tell you it is. It is primarily to spy on you. There are very dangerous health implications with this technology. The technology can harm humans. I am safe. I, however, need help in tackling the evil behind this technology. Finish. And this, I'm not sure what's. Oh, yes, let's go. Wayne, you're smart. Thank you. Thank you for going further in this. So then Wayne says, Earth, what is this evil? Is it on the level with you, or of a level of a spiritual, of a human. Earth says there are many negative entity and influence that start within the human population, but the most threatening come from dimension that are bleeding into our own dimension. This could become very catastrophic. Okay, so that's kind of the same story that we know that there is um, entity from other dimension that they have captured Saturn and the ring are to control us, control the planet. Maybe Saturn's position in the solar system has been moved by them, and this is what we're talking about here. And I got a little problem here. I don't want to stop recording, but you guys gotta give me a minute. I gotta go pee. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Fucking crap. Hold on. Je suis déjà à 1 heure, j'ai 4 pages à faire. Stop.